Hi everyone, welcome to my page. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I still am a little bit under the weather, but it's getting better. It's getting better. How is everyone doing out there for December? I'm Peggy. I'm your Seint makeup artist, and I love sharing with you the beauty of Seint. Seint is so different. It's mature skin friendly, and it's the best makeup that I've ever used on my mature skin. It's cream makeup. You start with a small palette. You have 3 shades and a lip and cheek of your choice. You get a contour shade, which is going to be a very scary dark shade. I'm going to show you exactly where to put it because we're going to strategically place it on our face, and it's going to frame our face and bring out that youthful look and that youthful glow that we used to have. Then you get a brightening shade or a concealer shade, sort of the same thing. And then you get your main shade. You use it as like a filler shade. It goes where there's no other makeup on your face. So let's get started. We're going to use one brush. We're going to use these 4 shades and this one brush to do my entire face. So let's get started. Again, my contour shade is Shadow. It's a dark shade. All contour shades are a darker, like a cooler shade. And it goes on the hard parts of your face, like your forehead right up here. It goes on your cheekbone. Just disregard this little bloop I have. Curling irons and I around my face do not get along, and I got myself again trying to curl a sideburn. Cannot use a curling iron, must use the flat iron. So then you get a little bit of your contour on your finger and feel for the cheekbone and go right up it. Now you want to stop or start right at the corner of your eye and then go straight up towards the top of your ear. That's where your contour shade goes. Same thing on this side, right about there, because I can feel the roundness of my cheekbone, and then up I'm gonna go towards the top part of my ear. Now, I use a lot of contour because I am a contour junkie. Once I saw what contour can do, it's like I love it. So I use a lot. You use as little or as much as you like. Now, with cream makeup, you want to use less because less is more, especially with mature skin. But the pigmented, this makeup is so pigmented, you don't need much. So now we're going to come and we're going to start right about where this jowl is and go up towards my ear. We're not coming any further down because we don't want to highlight it. Now, to hide this turkey neck that I have, I am going to start at one divot, go under my neck, and connect it to the other. Do you see the shadow that automatically created? That's the beauty of contour. You can more sculpt your face in ways that you never were able to before. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some contour on my pinky. I'm going to rub them together. So there's a little bit of contour on each. Put them where they're touching. Start at the top of my nose and come straight down. This is contouring your nose. It's going to make it appear more elongated and just a little more narrower than it actually is. So if your nose is one of the issues that kind of bothers you, we've got you covered. Now we're going to move to my brightening shade, or what some would call the concealer shade. It's going to be a lighter shade, and it's going to go in the inner and outer parts of the eye. We're not going to go underneath the eye. We're not going to do the pie shape or the V like we used to, because we have crepe skin under there, don't we? Yes, we do. We don't want to bring more attention to that. However, we do want the light to hit the face. So inner and outer corners of the eye. Then we're going to come and catch the center of the forehead right between the eyebrows. I like to use my pinky to come right down the center of the nose, right in between those 2 contour lines. Now, do you notice how much narrower my nose looks? My nose has not changed. It's the illusion that you get with this cream makeup. There we go. And the placement of it. Now we're just going to finish up with a little bit of concealer, or we call it brightener. It is a highlight, but we call it brightener, and it goes inner and outer corners, down the center of your nose, kind of like a T, Cupid's bow, in the center of the chin. Now, we're going to look at the contour, not contour, but the highlight of the brightener as well. I have marionette lines, and I have these folds, which I'm sure I know they have a name, that labial or something or others. I just call them laugh lines. They make a natural shadow. So I'm going, where we created shadows with our contour, we're going to cancel shadows with our concealer or our brightener. There we go. Again, my face, nothing has changed. We're just making it appear and canceling this shadow to where you notice more of me and not so much what the flaws are on my face. Now we're going to move to the to my main shade. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. My main shade is a color, and it's going for you. It would be the color closest to the color of your natural skin. And so we're just going to put that on. Notice I'm not using much. We don't need a lot. It's not like when you used to shake that bottle of liquid makeup, or just keep applying and applying and applying more and more of either the Bare Minerals or the powder type. Cream is totally different. You don't need much, especially from Seint. So there we go. We pretty much have everything put where it needs to be. Now I'm going to use the Lip&Cheek that I chose today. You heard me right, Lip&Cheek. Today we're using Royal. It is a gloss. Seint's glosses are very, very light. They wear really well, and you can use them as a blush shade, and it's not the sticky stuff that's going to get your hair stuck in it, not everything else. They are just lovely shades. I love the glosses from Seint. Okay. There we go. Royal is one of my favorite colors. It's a great holiday color, or just a great everyday color. It's one of those shades that you can wear anywhere and pretty much with anything. Now, we're going to put this on, put some blush, which again, using Royal, which is my Lip&Cheek. So as you notice, I love Royal too. As you notice, everything I used was in this one compact. So let's just add a little more, just because I am a little more. There we go. Just ask my husband, he'll tell you I'm a lot more. So anyway, placement is finished. Now I know this looks ridiculous, especially if you're a first timer. And I just dropped my brush, I think. Oh, there it is. Especially if you're a first timer, because placement is so key. And you want to strategically place it so that you can, when we blend it, you're going to see, we're not going to blend it all at one time like we were taught. We're going to blend it in stages. Now, cream makeup needs to be set. My favorite way, and because I live in Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana, which is a very humid climate. Even when it's chilly, it's humid. So I use Seint setting spray, and I use the vanilla dust setting powder. You can spray your face. You can use after you've totally blended, but I like to spray my brush because I like blending with a damp brush. Now, that's personal preference. That's just me. You do you. So now I'm just going to tap it in a little bit, and now we're going to start. I start at my jawline because if I don't, I forget. So I'm going to just circle gently, gently. I'm barely touching my face. Gently swirl and then drag it down. This is the only time you want to blend down. We always want to blend up because we want the eye to go up. But we're going to blend the neck down. There we go. Now, we're going to come and I'm going to do my main shade, and I'm just doing this thing they call stippling. Stippling is quickly tapping and spreading this cream makeup where you want it to go and where you want it to stay. Notice how I am being very careful around my eye area. I like to flip the brush around to the cone side and then just gently tap. Notice I'm not pulling the skin because why? Because it's creped already and I got all these crow's feet, so I really don't want to create an issue there either. So just gently tap, and what is on the brush is spreading to go underneath my eye with the least little bit of product possible. There we go. Flip it back around to the fluffy end and we're just going to blend. There we go. Now, you don't want to blend too much. Notice how I just gave a little tap on the places where I contoured. It's blended on my nose, but it's not blended out. In other words, you can still see the contour, you can still see the narrowness of my nose. And that's why you don't want to blend too much, or you don't want to just blend it all together. We strategically placed it, so we're strategically blending it so each shade does what it's supposed to do. Okay, here we go, up to the forehead. Now, now we're going to come up to the hairline where the contour is, and we're going to blend it all the way up. Notice though, you're still going to see the shadow I'm creating with the contour. That's what you want to do. You want to keep that shadow there because you're framing your face. That's why you can still see a little bit of the shadow again on the jawline, because you don't want to blend it out too much. Now we come to the cheek. I like to just stipple up and down 2 times. There's no right or wrong way to do it. This is what I do. So then I catch the contour and the lip and cheek or the blush, and I just drag it up. That really looks nasty. It doesn't hurt, thank goodness, but it did when it happened. Then we come over here and we do the same thing. Just stipple up and down twice on the contour, then grab that contour and the lip and cheek and up to the temple. There you go. I am finished. Done. My entire face is done. I'm ready to go, and I can do this in probably 4 minutes. It's 5 minutes or less. 1 compact, 1 brush, and some setting spray. Now, I would add later on a little bit of vanilla dust setting powder only because of the climate that I live in, and I don't do that every day. Normally, it's during the summer. But this is what I used. 3 shades strategically placed on my face and blended, and a lip and cheek. The lip and cheek shade is your choice. How do you get started with Seint? That is such an easy question. What you want to do is be custom color matched by me. It's free of charge, and there's no obligation to buy whatsoever. It is my gift to you. What I want you to do is go stand in front of a window looking outside. Pull your drapes back and let the natural light come in. Not sunlight, just natural light. And then no makeup. Can you believe it? A makeup-free selfie. I know. No one's going to see it but me and you. It'll be fine. I wouldn't do that. So what you want to do is, again, with the natural light, not sunlight, natural light coming in, no makeup, get your phone and take a selfie looking directly into it. Try to get your entire face, a little bit of your neck, and a little bit of your décolleté if you can. I will have a link up here or on the screen somewhere. All you have to do is open that link, upload your photo, send it to me, and I will get back with you with all of my recommendations of the perfect shades for you. That's what happened here. I sent my makeup-free selfie in, and the lady that got me started with Seint, she color matched me, and she said, "Here, Peggy, these are your shades." I'd like to do the same for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am feeling better. I feel your prayers and your good wishes. I really appreciate them. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for joining me.